So I used to work at a gas station and I would get enough hours. I can't complain about that. I would get enough hours, but I was not getting paid enough as the other people. Like I transferred from gas stations, like the other gas station, I would have I would get minimum wage, but this other gas station, they pay $3 more, you know? So I did the transfer because I moved too. So I did the transfer and I was getting paid less at the other location, at the other gas station. I was getting paid less. And I told one of the coworkers, I was questioning, I was like, hey, why am I getting paid less over here and you guys are getting paid more than me? He was like, oh, it's because at your other gas station you were getting paid at minimum wage, and here it's like it didn't make sense, like why I was getting. But anyways, I was getting paid less. I found out that I was getting paid less in this location than the other. But if you ever want to work at a gas station, if you want some hours, I do recommend, but at the same time, I don't recommend because you're gonna be doing everything by yourself. You're gonna be mopping, cleaning. Like I would mop, I would clean, I would sweep, I would clean the counters, I would clean the slushies, you know. When they would make a mess, I would clean the grill, the roller grill, you know. Like I would do all of that for like a little bit of money, a little bit of pay. But you get enough out. You get hours though. But should I? But you have to deal with homelessness. You have to deal with like people like crackheads and homelessness, always fighting, always arguing with you. So if you want to deal with that, go ahead. But if you could find another job that is more better and they get paid more, go for it. Do that. But yeah, I was working at the gas station, but I don't work there no more because they let me go because I was short on some money. I was short on cash, but it was not my fault. Like I made a mistake, but now that I'm thinking of it, I think that someone stole at the register. They just didn't say it. And they blame it on me and they just let me go. And I'm like, wow, really? I would come early to work. I would show up early on time. Other coworkers would come late, and be there. I would be there extra time of my shift. I would do more, but they don't really care. These jobs, they don't really care about if you're early on time. They don't really appreciate your value. They don't really care if you have to pay bills or anything like that. They just let you go on the spot for a mistake that you made. It's a silly mistake, but anyways, that's what happened. And now I'm still a cashier, but I'm working at a retail store, and it's cool. I like it. But I'm not getting enough hours, like as my gas station. So it's like retail, retail. You don't really get paid that much neither. It's minimum wage, unless like you move to a different position. But I'm doing cashiering, and I'm just like part time, and it's not really helping me at all because I need full time. But the store doesn't give full time, only part time. I'm like, that sucks. So I'm stuck with it. But just for in the meantime, if God gives me another better job, I'm going to another better job because I got bills to pay. I'm human. We all make mistakes, but you just gotta keep going. You can't let those things stop you, and you just gotta look for other. That's what I gotta do. Look for other jobs, and keep going. You know, and that's what you gotta do. You just gotta keep going, even if if those things happen, you get let go or they fire you, you just gotta look for another job and a better opportunities. And that's why if you're in school right now, get a useful degree, something that pays good money, but it's a useful degree, so you won't have to work at these low income jobs that they hire anybody, you know? Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you on the next one.